Tanisha, hairstylist, of course, and I'm going to be doing, huh?
I said AKA Mama.
AKA Mama, that's right. Take care of my baby like always. So what I'm going to do on her hair today is I'm going to do a Balayage ombre. I'm going to do bleach on the ends with V-Lites. This is my favorite bleach. And then I'm going to use 20 developer. I usually use Matrix, but this is what I have on hand. So we're going to use the Thorough Salon Care 20 volume. The brighter you want the blonde, the higher you can go with your developer, but she's already had color. As you can see, I've been coloring her hair, so I don't want to put too much stress on the hair. So I'm just going to use 20. And the V-Lites. This is professional only. You have to have a cosmetology license to get this. You can't purchase this without a license. So if you don't have a license, I'm sorry, but this is what I like. You can get some other generic, but I like Matrix. Alright? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to section her hair before I even mix the bleach, because once I mix the bleach, I want to be ready to go ahead and apply. So first thing I'm going to do is section her hair. When you're doing the Balayage ombre, I'm doing this technique that I like. Of course, girl has a lot of hair, you guys can see, all natural. So my focus is her ends, and then I'm going to Balayage it up to have like a little effect with it. So what I'm going to do is part her hair and then you in the back, just because this is the way I want to do it. It's easier that way. I'm just going to do an upside down smiley face. You want to have your hair ready and prepped before you get your bleach mixed, because the bleach oxidized, it is gonna, the longer you let it sit, it won't be worth anything. So now that I have my section, I'm gonna mix my bleach. Make sure you always wear your gloves when you're dealing with chemicals. You don't want any poison if you have any open abrasions or anything like that. Just practice safety first. Okay? And I'm going to start with 2 scoops of bleach, okay guys? If I can get my glove. Because it is free. So. Huh? Always measure 1, 2, and it's always, if I do 2 scoops, it's gonna be 2 ounces of bleach. It's always equal parts, equal ratio parts. Okay, so make sure you know that. Just like mixing the cake, you always want to measure. And I like my bleach to be kind of milky. The consistency, you want it creamy, milky. You want it to be creamy. So when you go to apply, it's perfect, okay? Okay, there's the bleach, guys. See that? It's very strong. Okay, now I'm gonna start taking my sections with Brittany's hair. And I'm going to do some back combing. Hold your hand. I'm going to do some back combing a little bit. Because this, when I go to Balayage her hair, this is going to help the pattern that I want. It's going to give it some consistency for me. Okay. Start your section. Anytime you're doing a Balayage, okay, you have to, this is where your artistic skills come in. Do your ends like so, but feather the hair up because you don't want a line of demarcation. A line of demarcation is where you can see where the bleach was applied, okay? So you want to feather that out like this, okay? And really make sure those ends are saturated, okay? Just like that, okay? And I'm going to feather that up some. We're going to let that drop. Then we're going to move on to the next piece. And we're going to feather. Okay? This is a trick I learned. Because Balayage is hot. It's on the market now. This is what all the girls want. But it's really hard because you have to have the technique correct. Or you won't have a nice Balayage. Okay? I mean, I'm sure there's 1,000 more techniques. But hey, this what works for me. A friend of mine taught me this technique, an old co-worker. It's easy. And it's going to be pretty. Once you guys see this, you're going to love it. And then once I'm done with her, I'm going to do a nice protein treatment to put the elasticity back in the hair. Anything that I've stripped out with this bleach, okay? And it's always nice to have a towel because I'm going to be constantly wiping my hands because I'm dealing with this bleach and I have to deal with her natural hair, so I don't want to get any bleach on her hair. So now we're moving on. Next section. And just let the hair fall, okay? And just watch it. And you want to work fast. Anytime you're working with bleach, you want to work fast. So just keep your flow rolling. Okay, again, do your back combing. And what is the back combing for? The back combing is for when you go to apply the bleach, it's separating the hair to whereas when you do your balayage, it helps you to get the pattern, the design you want. I wish you guys to see that. And this will come right out. All this back combing I'm doing on her hair will come out. Now watch this. Now, I want this to be a design here. So I'm going to go one up a line like that. You see that? And then I'm going to saturate the ends. This is where you're painting the hair. This is where your, like I said, artistic skills come out in your cosmetology. Okay? And you really want to watch the hair. And Brittany has color on her hair, so that's why I wanted to do 20, because again, she already has color and we're not trying to cause any damage. So you want to be safe. So this side I'm just going to do like this, okay? I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to feather this up so again we don't have a line when I go to rinse this out. And then we're just going to saturate the bottom. And some people like to use foil when they do this. Me personally, I don't need to use foil. It takes too much time. I'm not highlighting the hair. I'm balayaging the hair. So again. And remember, always brush it up. Always brush it. Alright. And you can always check like this. Let's see. It's not changing much yet, but that's okay. Just keep that saturated. Use your U part all the way up the hair, okay? All the way up. You see her ends are already turning like a caramel. Oh, that's gonna be pretty, girl. There we go. And always work. If you're right-handed, work with your right side. Don't work against your body. So I'm right-handed. I have my stuff right here. Because again, I want the consistency. Work against yourself, you're going to be doing a lot of work. It's just, that's not what you do. You work with whichever side. If you're right-handed, use your right side. If you're left-handed, work on your left side. So this is your art. You know, this is the fun part about being in cosmetology. But it's tricky as well. You got to know what you're doing. Because we're formulating. There's a certain way we want this color to come out when she's done. And when you're brushing it up like this, you're fading out the blonde. So as it goes up, it's gonna get lighter. It's gonna be like, this is gonna be light, and then the contrast will like fade. And you can always keep going back, checking your color, making sure it's doing what it needs to do. I'm gonna leave this on probably for about 30 minutes. Okay, so this is the very first one that I did, and look at the blonde it's getting. And we want to check the hair to make sure it's strong. You see that? You see how her hair is turning blonde? And then look at that. You see how the different, it's going to be so pretty. Oh my God.
I'm excited.
Girl, please, you're not going to keep getting the water treatment every time you come home. This is a career for me now. This is my job. But I do this for my daughter. It's her birthday. She always seems to come when it's gift time. It's either Christmas or birthday. You know, it's like when I have to do it, I don't mind though. It's my daughter.
It's the best time to come.
Well, I don't get any freebies. Okay, so like when I get around her face, I want this to have I want it to have like a little framing around here. So you see how I brought that up a little bit? And this is very messy, so don't be alarmed. And don't worry about, like, you see her hair, how I don't have it foiled. It's okay. Some people put cotton in between, but there's no need. That's why you have that back combing in there. You see how it's changing colors? Oh, that's gonna be nice, Brittany. That girl spoiled. You ain't gonna see nothing right there. I just did that piece. I ain't gonna head around. Don't even try it. Good Lord. Girl, these roots. Look how much your hair done grew. Now, I colored my daughter's hair in May, guys, for her graduation. Actually, I did this color. When did we switch to this? No, you got it done before that. The very first time. Last year. So we touched it up when I went back in May. I touched up her roots, okay? So her hair is grown 2 inches. Because this is 1 inch, this is 2 inches. You see the numbers on the comb? 1, 2. Brittany hair has grown since May, like I said, 2 inches. So if you ever want to know, that's a good way. I think my daughter only comes to visit me to get her hair done.
Of course not.
And this is what you call freestyling. You're freestyling with the bleach. That's basically what Balayage is. And look at her ends. See that blonde coming through? And see another thing, guys, you want to know. Brittany has color on her hair, okay? So the bleach has to eat through that color. So if your hair is really dark, say you put black color on your hair, it's not gonna come out yellow, blonde. It's not gonna come out white. It's gonna come out orange. Because anytime your hair is dark, under the first tone that's under dark hair is red. That's what you're gonna see first in our hair when we start stripping out our black hair. You're gonna start seeing our red tones in our hair. Then once you eat through the red tones, like your copper, orangey, you get your blondes. We don't want to do that because remember, the lighter you get your hair, the more damaging you're doing. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. You see that? Ooh, girl, show Brittany that. Oh, we can't. Girl. But it's doing exactly the color you want, darling. And again, I'm freestyling, okay? So I don't want bleach all day. I just want this one line right there. This is the Balayage. This is what we call Balayage in the hair. And then I'm going back and saturating the ends, okay? And you see it's already changing a little bit. So when I rinse this out, this is going to be her pretty blonde, and then you're going to see all the beautiful, her other natural colors that we have going on here. And hold your head down. See how it's getting light? See how it's changing? See that? Brittany wanted a honey blonde. Is what she got. She didn't want her hair light. And we always want to, and you can tell, you see what her color was right here, and then look how it gets lighter right up in there. And then when I blow dry, you're really going to see it. And then the lighting is not perfect in here. But you see, that's what you want to do. Especially after bleaching, her hair is not breaking. So her elasticity is still strong on her hair, okay? That means we did the process correctly. So you can see it really well. And again, she didn't want white blonde. She didn't want yellow blonde. She wanted a copper blonde, a honey blonde, to blend with what she already has in her mid shaft of her hair. This is going to be very pretty. It's going to be gorgeous. Okay. For something like this probably going to run you about 150, maybe 200. Because of the technique you have to use to do the hair, and then it can go up if you have a lot of hair. Because again, the stylist there a lot of times charging for the time. That's what so, Brittany has always been her mama's #1 client, guinea pig, whatever you have it. That's just what happens when your mom's a hairstylist. Okay, so we'll be back.